Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? A kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Urianger's information, yes. But to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning, and that means finding and questioning this kobold.
Stay back! Away, far back. I'm not a... It's no use. Pointless, hopeless, no use. Please don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, yes, just talk. Ah! This was a stupid plan. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will... Ah, she found me again. What to do, what to do? I come in peace only to talk, speak, say talk, so please, please do not hurt me.
So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. Could very well give one a bruised knee. Huzzah, we found him! Fine work, Scions. So little one, thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you?
No, no, no. Came to talk. Asked for help. When your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I...
Now, let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child?
Pikmin Gabu of the 628th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin one day.
Well met, Gabu. I am Alphino, and this is my sister Alize. Faedwin, the woman who found you, is our friend, and now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Bloden here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us and not your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, alright? Not while we're here, I promise.
Patriarch, he's... Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him. Beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others. But the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they didn't have iron in their hearts, it would serve as coke for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since.
Coke for the furnace. I do not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of folk I fashioned from the bones of beastmen. Worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of the gods. By the 12, that is sickening.
No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too. So please help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents.
Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to the worst, we require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold's stronghold, secure the crystals, and free the prisoners.
Oh, if you're sure. You'll forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make ready just in case.
I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. God have mercy. They would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see that what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay.
I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them. If we gather enough, he will return. That's why the Patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come.
Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored?
I know. Oh, several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them. He was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Quickly.
You have them all. Good. Lead on, Gabu.
This way.
Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Did you hear me, brother?
Brother.
It's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once boyish guardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthis to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Vilbrim by another party, most likely a pawn of the Asians, as Thancred speculated.
I don't understand. Who are the Asians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too?
Never mind about that. As Alizé said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next cache, Gabu?
Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. This next one's the last and is very large. Very big, very huge, very large.
You cast about for a time. You see no sign of the crystals. Confound it. What about you, Faedwin? Any luck?
Nothing, nothing, nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spotted, saw.
Think, brother, think. It must have moved them, yes? The question is where to and why. Within Ogamoro, where they summoned Titan once before and mean to do so again. It is the only explanation.
What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them.
And we will, Gabu, we will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, we believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There is no other way to prevent Titan's summoning. But first, give me your crystals, that I might deliver them onto Commander Bloodin's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Crystals, Faedwin, if you'll be so kind. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Bloden on the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there's an aetheryte within Ogamaro mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of the action. If this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother.
This way, this way.
I take it this is the aetheryte we seek. Right then. Since Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Faedwin. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there.
Quickly, you claws, briskly, swiftly, quickly. I will not suffer any further delays.
Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no summoning this day.
Overdwellers here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they?
Mother? Father? Cook for the furnace. You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh, that he might draw upon the strength of his children and defend them from the tyranny of the Overdwellers. No, Elise, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair. Whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering onto your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god and work with us together to build a lasting peace.
Another peace to be abandoned at the Overdweller's convenience. Oath breakers, all of you. Liars, betrayers. Oath breakers. You take and you take and you take. When you've had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of ether and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, Overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something, please. 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 Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up!
Seven hells!
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Alphino, leave him to me. We must away. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were likely to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal, just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Whereas being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he is yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Okamoro, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally their troops, and the cycle will continue. Ewan, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Thank you, my friend. Alice and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We will be expecting you.
Well met, Fred, and welcome to our festivities. I'm known in my homeland of Hingashi as the Ryu Mitsuke. It is my delegation's solemn charge to share our Heavensturm customs with peoples of Eorzea.
We might join hands in revelry. Although Heavensturm is observed in both our lands to mark the coming of a new year, there is a difference between our traditions. Here in Eorzea, a deity is chosen from among the 12 to preside over the heavens. When in the Far East, we honor one of 12 noble beasts. This year, that beast is the mighty Uryu, a creature you Eorzeans might liken to a dragon. Now, in order to liven up the festivities, we decided to have a pair of horsebird hatchlings, or should I say chocobo chicks, serve as mascots. Winsomely dressed in draconic attire, we were certain that they would delight all who laid eyes upon them. When they rebuked Bugyo, leader of our delegation, presented one of the chicks to a crowd, the reception was disappointingly muted. We know not where we erred. I say, you're an adventurer, are you not? In the course of dispensing aid, you must have acquired some insight into the people's interests. Low though I am to impose, will you not help us to identify our plan's failings? In doing so, we may yet find a way to win over the locals with our mascots. You have my thanks. To begin, I ask that you seek out the Ryubugyo. For one of passers-by, she decided to wander around at this plaza with her hatchling. When you find her, pray ask her of her account of our dilemma, and thence help us find a solution. Oh, curious about our delegation too, are you? That is well, for I was just about to introduce our mascot, Ryunosuke, to this young lady. Feast your eyes on a horsebird among horsebirds, the pinnacle of plumage. I dare say Heavensturm has never hatched a mascot as utterly charming as our Rigoryu. Well, he's certainly adorable, but what's Ryu? Why do you have him dressed up in that costume? An excellent question. You see, we wish to present the charms, the chocobo, and the Ryu in a lovable package. Just look at him waggle his scaly little tail. An exquisite combination, you must agree. It would be remiss of me not to mention the craftsmanship that went into the outfit. Or we were spared no effort to evoke the might and majesty of the Ryu, diminutive form before you. The finished product is simply divine, is it not? I suppose. I still don't know what a Ryu is, but never mind. Thank you for letting me play with him. Yet again I failed to convey the virtues of our mascot. You come at the Ryu Metsuke's behest? I should be most grateful for your aid, adventurer. I seek only to share a mascot's charms with the people of Eorzea, but my every attempt has ended in failure, as you just witnessed. Try as I might, I cannot see what I'm doing wrong. If you have any advice, anything at all, I'd be most eager to hear it. You may want to talk more about the Ryu. Talk about the Ryu, you say? Rather than tediously explaining tradition, I had hoped to initiate the people through our mascots. You believe this is not enough? It might avail me to speak with that young girl as well. Let her gaze upon Ryunosuke once more, and... wherever dare our little mascot go? Followed after the girl, you say? We must find him, and quickly. Please, adventurer, will you not help with the search? Thank you. Now then, I believe the girl set off in the direction of the tavern. Drowning wench, was it? If we find her, I dare say we find Ryunosuke. Thank goodness you're here. I've been asking the Scarswoman about the girl, but I'm struggling to make myself understood. Perhaps you can help me clear things up.
Lee says she's looking for a girl with a Ryu, but I haven't the faintest what that is. Imagine a dragon. Tiny green dragon with googly eyes. Imagining it alright, but I can't say I've ever seen... Actually, hold that thought. I should mention that there was a chocobo chick wearing what looked like a dragon costume. If that's for you, then I saw it waddling after a young girl. I'm afraid I don't observe where they went, though. Sorry I couldn't be of help. Many thanks for your assistance. In my haste, I neglected to explain the meaning of the word Ryu. As our Mascot told me, the creature doesn't exist in Eorzea. If I had begun by clarifying that it is similar to a dragon, I could have avoided the misunderstanding. Oh, I dare say I should know now. My mascot is so hard to win over the masses. I shall speak with this guardswoman a little more, in case she had aught else of note to share. Once I'm finished, I plan to scour the upper decks. In the meantime, I might have trouble you to search the lower decks. Once we finish, let us reconvene at Bulwark Hall. Chocobo chick wearing a low green costume? Doesn't come this way, I'm afraid. Customers scarce as they are today, I remember seeing something like that walk by. Here's the girl in the chocobo, do not come this way. Young lass and a chocobo chick? By them walking past the Aetherite, though I couldn't say where they went from there. It appears the girl in the chocobo passed through the Aetherite Plaza. I know the lass you're after. Sibley's her name. She's the daughter of a fellow merchant. Good friend of mine, in fact. Be hard-pressed to find a happier father and daughter. They go fishing in the river together all the time, they do. We'll as soon as I sail for faraway lands, I'm told. Sibley's worried sick. Good reason. The ocean's a fickle mistress, and even a simple voyage could cost a man his life. Any road, she came through here earlier, but I'm afraid I couldn't say where she is now. Perhaps someone else can help you there. If you've learned something of note, continue scouring the lower decks for more information. A girl with an oddly dressed chocobo chick. She passed by here just earlier. Looked a little lost, so I asked her if she needed help, but she told me she was fine. She was headed to the Ageless River. But I left it at that. I can't help but worry for her out there on her own. Hope you find her soon. You believe you have enough information on Sibley's whereabouts? Make your way to Bulwark Hall and report your findings to the Ryubyugyo. There you are. By your triumphant inspection, I dare hope you learned something of the little girl and our mascot. So the girl Sibley was headed for the Ageless River? They should just find the information we need is auspicious indeed. For my part in the course of speaking with the locals, I was able to learn more about dragons. That is, while they have many similarities with the Ryu of the Far East, they are in fact different creatures. I have been under the impression that they were one and the same, but be it their folklore or their status in mortal society, they are quite distinct. I'd assumed that the people of Eorzea were like me. They thought the Ryu was a simple dragon by another name. It was this little wonder that Sibley looked so puzzled during our first encounter. The next we find her, I should do my utmost to explain the true meaning of our mascot. Now off to the Ageless River with us. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me, It's been a long day. You have something to say? Urianger? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head, now more than ever. Listen, Fadewin, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. As we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Now let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Alamigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few old Dons to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Guardians won't stop until we're all under the yoke. I see you there, going around asking questions, looking for the Griffin in his lot, I'll bet. Seems like the talk of the little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Guardians, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they sent a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine. There they are. Hey, the Resistance? Damned if I know. Not as I'd be any use to him. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mass bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, or that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamigan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I will speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundobald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Shall we? Alright, Mom, I got a game. Good luck. Have fun. See you when I see you. Gundobald. Much as it pleases me to see you again, Fadewin, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin, I know of him, as do we all. He and his mass have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wildred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. It's but a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it's pretty obvious you and Faye would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in their little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Roban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. To be honest, we thought this might happen, but the Mass are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community. They're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, we also had a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the science of the Seventh Dawn.
Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support.
Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy of the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. And mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man. For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious. I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan. But the Griffin... Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. Masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster. In the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us? If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation whether there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. While he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he could probably tell us the mass plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he's wary of outsiders. He would not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. We need to look the part that we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talbot. You have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions?
It all seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Faedwin, let us be off.
You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Well, you're the ones with the gill, and seeing as your friends at Papalimo, there, Tunicus lobstered both of you, tailored and, treated to your tastes. Now off with you before someone sees us together.
Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then, I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. Look at us, a pair of down-at-heel adventurers, something else. Well, look at us, a pair of doubted heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light? Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I want to go back through my YouTube videos to see who that was.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Welcome to the Twitch stream, Miso. Hope you're well. Corymil, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me, you cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. Let us keep moving forward together, Vaidwin. We must find and secure those crystals. There's no time for looking back. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zarak, ready to be put to use by the Amaja. We must surprise Alizé of all we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo when I have changed. Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me that while we were wearing ourselves sick, Eden and Papalima were here all along? Well, Shola would be relieved, and also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of Eliamaja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zarak without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on the stage wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, but never shall we know its like again. I confess I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the Bowl of Embers. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Upon proceeding to the Bowl of Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
Ah, the saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12. Will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the Warrior of Light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange! Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
Carbuncle, defend me!
Oh, what? It's Ebony now?
You will offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Or I guess it would be Onyx, huh?
Alizé!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
What? What's happening?
If you would dare to stand against us, to destroy all that we hold dear, then you shall die by my sword.
See, I told you people should have checked up on her when she disappeared.
Let's finish this.
She's pulling swords out of books now. Okay. Carbuncle's out, that's good. Am I winning? Maybe. Yeah, they seem kind of squishy.
You shall fall soon enough.
Did I walk? It spun me around, so I just walked right back into it. That's funny. Oh, they get rezzed? Am I handling this in the wrong sequence? Or is this just scripted? Scripted. Or I've lost. One of the two.
It ends now. What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well? He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
A full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady.
Oh, okay.
By thy leave.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop! Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them.
We have to interrupt like an ancient magic spell? Like flood or flare or something?
Make ready! They come!
I want to know how she got a sword out of her book. Channel. Yeah, how? How? How do I channel? How do I channel? Oh, blade of light, 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 blade of light. There we go. That took way too long to find. I don't see another blade. Urianger is standing on it. Please move. Please move. Please. Wow, this interface is hot garbage. Urianger is body blocking. Alright. There we go. Interrupted? What? Bro. There we go.
Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
No. Not like this.
I was like, Rianche, get out of the way, dude. I gotta click that thing.
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
What is this place?
Idolin is staging an intervention.
Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the first, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Heidelin. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength longsword. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Hydaelyn's side, watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servants of Hydaelyn. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor. Thank you, Lemine, for everything.
Man, so Menphilia's gone for good now. It seems. It would seem we're in southern Thanalan again. Menphilia's doing, no doubt. May the 12 speed her on her way, and the Warriors of Darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then in returning to the first, would they not... But mayhap that was their wish. Forgive me, my thoughts are elsewhere. In this one I know full well there is yet work to be done. The crystals. Leave them to me. I'll go back to Zaharak and secure them. The Amaja will still be in disarray after the thrashing the Warriors of Darkness gave them. They are not like to notice a lone bard skulking about. But Thancred, you don't have to do this, I know, but I want to. I will see the rising stones. I should go and find Ida and Papalimo. They must have finished searching the mass camp by now. Not that it matters anymore. You must be tired, Fate. I know I am. If thou wilt permit me, my lady, I would ask a question. When didst thou become aware of mine independent pursuits? When I saw you meeting with that warrior of darkness and the Ascian in white at the great library, I tried not to think the worst. You'd never been one to confide in others, so I knew that even were your intentions pure, you would not share your plans with us until you felt the time was right. I cannot deny that a part of me feared you had simply betrayed us. Would that there had been another way.
Know that it took no pleasure in deceiving thee, and that these sins will forever weigh heavy on my heart. I understand why you did what you did, that you but sought to achieve the greatest good while inflicting the least harm. Not many would have the courage to make that choice, but even knowing what came of your actions, I find that I cannot condone them. I'm sorry. Edwin, forgive me, but I believe the events of the day have taken the toll on me. I should like to rest for a while. If thou wilt grant me leave, I will gladly escort thee unto a refuge of thine own choosing. Once my lady hath regained her strength, we shall join thee at the rising stones. Until then, warrior of light.
Well met, Fadewin. Alphino said you will be joining us. It seemed the Griffin's double was telling the truth, insofar as we found nothing resembling a sizable cache of crystals in the mass camp. Did you perchance find one in Zaharik?
Actually...
I don't believe it. The crystals, Minfilia, all of it. It's just... I don't know what it is.
I sympathize, Ida. Even now I struggle to comprehend that which I saw. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that I feel blessed to have been granted a final chance to speak with her. It is bittersweet, aye, but also affirming.
Alphino, I believe it is past time Ida and I rejoined the Scions. We have been away for far too long. Though I am loath to leave the Griffin to his own devices, I feel our investigation would benefit from your more dispassionate perspectives. And I hope that we might, in turn, offer our own opinions on the many challenges that you have faced in our absence. Gods, it's been absolutely ages, hasn't it? I can't wait to hear about everyone's adventures.
We should be glad to recount them, and Tataru's tales may well surprise you. Ida? Ida, Ralgar be praised, it is you. Ida, alive and standing here before me in the flesh. I can hardly believe my eyes. Oh, come now. Has it really been so long you don't remember me? It's Gundebald. I fought beside your father in the Revolution. Do not think less of her, friends. It's been 20 years since the occupation sent us our separate ways. But the resistance were always welcome in Little Alamigo. They gave us hope. And young Ida most of all. Ida here was always full of fire, ever the first to volunteer for a mission. Until the day she up and vanished, that is. There were rumors and we feared the worst, but here you are, alive and well, looking nary a day older.
Well, what can I say? I'm sorry for running off like that and making you all worry. It's a long story, but you see, I got involved with my friends here, the Scions. Oh, sorry, we were still the Circle of Knowing back then, right. Anyway, I wanted to come back and tell you, but it was all very secretive stuff at the time, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and we will, but right now I've got to hurry back to our headquarters. My friends are expecting me.
Hey, forgive her. It's been a very long day for us all. I promise we will visit again at the first opportunity.
Let us return to the Rising Stones.
Hell's take me for giving you that mask. Welcome home, Fadewin. I trust your journey was uneventful. You'll be pleased to hear that Thancred has secured the crystals. He sent word a short while ago. Once he has delivered them safely to the Temple Knight's care, he will rejoin us here, and we can declare the matter officially resolved. While waiting your arrival, I took the opportunity to contact Ishtola and Kryl, and brief them on all that has occurred. I also requested that they return to the Rising Stones at the earliest convenience. Now that our lost friends have been found, it would seem meet to discuss the future.
Back in the Solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake. That is, if there are no objections.
You will always be welcome here, Kryl.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this This new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got her to keep us from bickering. But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
The road goes ever on.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
Look at them, Fadewind, the signs of the 7th dawn. Look how far we've come. The people we've met, the moments we've shared, the losses we've suffered, the tragedies we've overcome. All of it has made us who we are today. Where we go from here and what the future holds, only the 12 know. But I know that we will find out together.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, my friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me. Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand. Thank you. I shall guard it well. There is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle should be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on that glorious day. Well done, brother. Love, hello. True believers are so readily led. I've given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then? Was it all worth it in the end? There were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our advantage. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but a void in waiting, and a void is of no use to its master, to my master. I shall follow her emissary with great interest. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. The eyes of Nidog. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. I said it was a bad idea to just throw it down there and not look back. A man of boundless rage and bottomless despair, in whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for weal or for woe. So it was here all along. Anxious bunny, hello. Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. Or something like that. You didn't have to go, Papa. Huh? You're the adventurer from before. What are you doing here? Oh, thank the kami we found you, Sibley. And the lady in the fancy helmet, too. How'd you know my name? I see. I'm sorry to cause you both trouble. I just wanted to visit my papa's favorite fishing spot, but your jugwood chick ended up following me all the way. I'm always safe with you now. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. Hey, wait a moment. In the course of searching for Yunosuke, we couldn't help but notice that your father will soon embark upon a voyage, and has left you feeling troubled. I realize we are but strangers, but if you are not averse, will you not talk to us about it? It's alright. My papa, he's heading to Hingashi for trade. I hear that it's a long and dangerous journey, and it made me worry. I wanted to pray to the navigator to keep him safe at sea. But then I found out that Limlin wasn't chosen this Heavensturm. It made me worry even more. I see. As you say, it isn't the navigator, but the keeper who resides over the heavens this year. But if not the navigator, I thought I could at least pray to a god from the Far East. That's why I went to talk to you. So that is the way of it. You came to me hoping to beseech our divinities to protect your father, but in my fervor to showcase our mascot, I failed to lend an ear to your earnest desire. Well, I hear you now, young one, and I should tell you a tale about the Ryu that will grant you comfort. I just
need to recall a suitable one. Something that ideally features the ocean. Quick, quick, quick! Oh, what's gotten into you, little one? Curious what lies that way, are you? It's a place called Wood Whisper Canyon. Papa told me that waterfalls appeared there after the calamity, and they changed the flow of the Nim River. Waterfalls changing the course of a river? I believe I have the perfect tale for you, Sibley. One that will bolster your spirits as your father departs on his journey. Let us head to these waterfalls that we might avail ourselves of the ambience. In Ryunosuke is keen. We want to ignore such a fortuitous omen. Come, let us head to these waterfalls. They provide the perfect setting for my tale. Let us begin. The Ryu is a creature that shares many similarities with the dragons of Eorzea, but as I myself recently discovered, it is in fact a distinct being. Nor is there just the one Ryu. Nay, there exist myriad individuals, all of whom have their own tales. And the creature I will speak about is the mighty Seryu, one of the four lords, who legend holds bear the great waterfall in the far east. That does sound exciting, doesn't it? In the region of Yangxia flows the One River. Its plentiful waters nourish nearby lands. In ages past, it is said Seryu drank so deeply the river that he altered its very course, and in so doing gave rise to a waterfall, the Dragon's Struggle. While it is not widely known, Seryu was also regarded as a guardian deity who protected people from disasters of water. Disasters like storms and floods? Indeed. Long ago, it was believed that calamities could be quelled by sacrificing a young maiden to a divine beast such as Seryu. And while no written records exist, there is a tale of a seaside village that fell in the path of a raging storm. Desperate to calm the heavens, the villagers offered unto Seryu one of the daughters. However, Seryu showed no interest whatsoever in the young girl. To merely know the villagers' plight was enough for him, it seemed, and he turned the course of the storm and spared them untold devastation. A benevolent being is Seryu, who wields his power over water for good. Even now he hears our prayers and protects us and our loved ones from harm. That, my dear, is just one example of the noble beast we celebrate this Heavensturm. Together let us offer a prayer to Seryu and wish your father safe travels in calm waters. That sounds perfect, miss. Thank you so much. We must thank Ryunosuke as well. Were it not for him, I might not have recalled the tale of Seryu. Now you can pray to Seryu for safe travels too, adventurer. Oh, but perhaps you already heard this story. That's my first time hearing it too. Really? Well then, I'm glad we could hear it together. Now that I think on it, miss, you said that no written records exist of that tale. How did you come to know it? An astute observation, Sibley. You see, my family is said to be descended from the maiden who was offered to Seryu. As long ago as the event took place, there is no way to confirm the tale's veracity. But if true, then it is by the grace of Seryu that I am here alive. Thus have I made it my mission to spread the word of his noble kind. Looking back, from the time you followed after Sibley, it is as if you have been guiding me, little one. I may be your caretaker, but it was you who was watching over me. Just like an honest-to-God's Ryu. With this, I know now what I must do to initiate people into our traditions, and I shall continue doing so for as long as the Ryu reigns in the heavens. Come, let's head back to the city together. We won't want to make your father worry now, would we, Sibley?
There you are, adventurer. Lest you wonder, young Sibley is now safely home, and I have just apprised the Ryumetsuke of our fruitful outing. Now that I have discovered a more suitable approach to my draconic dilemma, I wish to wander the city again for onlookers. I regret to impose upon you once more. Your support with Sibley was most helpful. Might you accompany me while I make my rounds about the area? With your discerning eyes, I am certain that you could readily identify those who might be receptive to our message. What say you? I'm truly grateful. Come, let's set forth at once. Ryubugyo and Ryunosuke are accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You leave the Ryubugyo and Ryunosuke behind by leaving to a different area, or by speaking with them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have the Ryunosuke come to you again, return and speak with them at their original location. What the hell is that chocobo chick supposed to be dressed up as? Ryunosuke here is wearing caution that mimics the Ryu, dragons of the Far East. It's how these creatures have mastery over water, and a sailor such as your good self may benefit from knowing about them. If you ask me, it looks more like a sea serpent. Hold it, wouldn't have anything to do with that thrice damned primal leviathan, would it? I assure you there's no connection whatsoever. Far from causing disasters of water, the Ryu is a benevolent beast that protects us from them. If you're interested in knowing more, I invite you to seek us out at the Aft Castle. Is that right? Still here in Limsa we got the Navigator. With all the protection we need on the high seas. Ah yes, I understand the people of your nation look to Limlin to favor them with safe voyages. Be that as it may, disasters of water can strike beyond the bounds of the sea, in which case placing your faith in the Ryu could provide you with added assurance. I suppose it don't hurt to have more friends in high places, as it were. Fine, fine. I'm going to see what this is all about. Gods, I just resolved to salve my soul with the sight of adorable creatures this year, and which should appear but the most charming of chocobo chicks. What's your name, little one, and what is that winsome outfit you're wearing? You have a keen eye, sir. This little fellow is Ryunosuke. He is dressed as a Ryu, dragon of the Far East. By thus attiring yours his favorite beast of burden, we hope to create a symbol of friendship between our lands. Well now, that this adorable form should harbor such splendid symbolism. I never heard this Ryu before, but now I'm keen to know more. In that case, sir, I invite you to seek us out the App Castle of Dawn. There we will be glad to answer all your questions. Excellent, we shall head there at once.
Yes, how can I assist you in your curiously dressed chocobo chick? I may shed some light on the mystery of our little mascot. Little Ryunosuke is named for the Ryu, dragons of the Far East. Oh, I thought dragons were supposed to be fearsome. Well, looks anything but. Our costume companion notwithstanding, the Ryu is in fact a powerful and fearsome beast. Yet by the same token, they are fondly regarded as symbols of good fortune. Should you be curious about them, we would gladly tell you more about at the Aft Castle. Being this regarded to both fear and fondness. Intriguing. Perhaps I'll pay a quick visit to the Aft Castle before returning to work. Oh, what a relief to see the locals take an interest in the Ryu. I dare say we have gathered enough people, so let's head back to the Aft Castle. So our Bugyo makes her triumphant return. You have done a tremendous job to pique the interest of so many. You're too kind, Mitsuke. None of this would have been possible without the adventurer Ryunosuke's help. There you are, miss. My papa wanted to meet you, so I brought him. You're the kindly folks who helped my sibling. Having the words to properly thank you, but I'm truly grateful for what you've done. Glad to see my girl smiling again. We did not mention it, sir. We too owe Sibley much and more. How fares preparation for your journey, if I may ask? Very well, thank you. Was Sibley praying to this legendary Seryu for my safety. No matter how far I venture from home, I have no doubt that all will be well. I should pray for your safety as well. The little we might do to help you on your way, we'll gladly do it. Indeed, while sharing the blessing of the divine beast is a fine thing, not as more rewarding for our delegation than fostering friendship between our lands. For all the help you've afforded us, I wish to give you a proper reward, yet I do not know what might be suitable. Ryunosuke, are you saying you wish to accompany our adventurer friend? I believe the little one wishes to be your charm against tumultuous waters. I think it would be hard-pressed to choose a better companion. Still, our Ryuji to aid us in our work, so if you wish it, Ryunosuke is yours. Ryunosuke, my little guardian. Thank you for everything. May your divine aura keep our friends safe. May you and yours enjoy the rest of Heavensturm season, my friend. Know that wherever the Ryu roars, good fortune shall be upon you. Did you wish to draw Omakuji? The Omakujishi has returned to offer his services for the remainder of the celebration. Come out for Heavensturm fortune. Furthermore, 12 extra fortunes have been divined this year. Watch fly on the adventure section of your Omakuji and discover what new journeys might lie in wait for you.